Okay. Hi, I'm Nashi. I'm a tattoo artist at Nasty Tattoos and a fighter at Strike Fitness and an mental health advocate. And this is Happy Dagger, bro. So don't know how to fucking start shit yet, but we'll figure it out.
All right, we live, Nash.
Okay, cool. Can I still talk about the human arm thing?
Go ahead, talk
No?
about whatever. Yeah.
Okay, but like I was saying and everything, it's like this whole shit right here. Somebody had to fucking take apart a human arm to figure out how the fuck it moves in order to fucking copy that kind of shit, right? Because it's like a hand and everything. But that was just kind of like a little thought. I feel like people staring at me today.
Well, that's like engineers. They figure out all the mechanic shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a thought about engineers earlier. I can't fucking remember for the fucking life of me. I thought it was like some kind of like if you can create a character and it's Saw. Who was it? I was talking about Saw. I was talking to my client about Saw and everything earlier, right? And everything how there's gonna be a new one next year. And I think what it was is I was like, imagine if an engineer became the next Saw person and everything. If they became the next Jigsaw, how fucking insane those traps would be. It'd be nuts.
Saw is gonna be with Chris Rock, right?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. And so fucking, I just thought it'd be kind of really fun because I know he wants to do something more serious, right, and everything. But if you have a character that's an engineer, how sadistic they can make those kind of traps and machines and everything like that, because they already know how to build all this shit. They know how to take apart how much force it would take, how to create that force and shit. It'd be fucking scary, but
Like you think of like Happy Dagger.
yay!
Think about the Hunger Games.
Yeah,
Like
that shit's fucking sick though. It's a fucking the whole simulation kind of shit.
Yeah.
I fucking only read the first 2 books and everything like that. I got the whole fucking fake teen pregnancy bullshit. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm out. And so
But what's the designer or the game?
Capital.
No, the person that makes the game.
Oh no, who does the actual game? That's
Yeah.
that's President Snow.
But
President
what do they
Snow.
call no, not the president, but like the person that engineers the game, like the scenery.
I don't know.
They
Just
call
engineers.
the game designer.
No, it's not a game because the Hunger Games, yeah, it's a game and everything like that, but it's not like a video game. It's like what they had in the first book. They had Katniss enter this arena where it was a simulated outdoor kind of environment, and so they were able to control things like the tracker jackers and shit like that, or the Mockingjays. They're able to control that, fireballs and shit. And so fucking then it's like, oh, the game's getting fucking boring. No one's died yet and everything. Let's throw some shit in there, and so they make a fucking wildfire or something, and it's fucking. That's fucking our shit. Our fucking government does. It's kind of scary about that.
They call him the game maker.
The game maker?
Yeah.
Oh, they can go fuck off, you know. But I haven't read the rest of it. So
You want to get into some real conspiracy stuff?
yeah,
Like, you know what goes on my? I know it's your podcast. Sorry, Nash.
that's fine. I'm okay talking about it because
Okay.
they can just get going.
Okay. Like this is all so. Okay, people are gonna think I'm crazy.
That's fine. I mean, look at the fuck we're doing. You're
So-
talking to a schizophrenic.
So in my head, when I'm doing all this, right, the podcast, the producing the podcast, my podcast, your podcast, then fighting, and then doing the Instagram, like I'm posting for people to see my life, and I start thinking about like video games, and like I'm a character now. I'm my video game. Like I'm in a game. Like I'm literally like doing what I want to do, and there's these. Like, I don't have no boss. I mean, I literally wake up and do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Yeah.
And
Let me coach.
yeah, well, coach is my boss, right? Coach is my boss. Yeah, but the podcast, no boss.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I get to wake up and like, what am I going to do today? And you know how in video games, there's always like side missions.
Yeah.
And then there's always those people just walking mundanely, like just walking.
Yeah.
I feel like in my head, those are the people that haven't disconnected from full-time jobs and just live this very, this is going to sound bad, but
That's
like
fine.
mundane life
Well,
of
yeah,
just
if, you know,
waking
your
up.
office job and everything like that. It feels
Yeah.
very mundane compared to other things like, like podcasting and shit like that. It's fucking, okay, clock in, 9 a.m., clock out, 5 p.m., go home to your upset wife because of your kids. They don't like you. And they go to bed and do it all over again, there's like the whole video game kind of meant like that whole mindset and everything. It makes sense and everything. But I wonder if it's from the ant farm kind of shit that the aliens are doing. It sounds bad. But the aliens and everything, they control the shit in their head and everything like that, right? And so they might be able to kind of like, it's not exactly a simulation or a video game or anything like that, but you are being monitored the entire time. And you are having certain influences put into your life from that. And so.
Like, so you believe that, right? When
I know that.
No, I know. You say like, okay, you like that's what you believe, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you're wrong.
That's okay.
But I'm saying when you say that, like, there's alien experts, they're alien experts. They say they've been abducted, they've been this, and they've been that. Like, they've been probed.
Everybody's been picked up and experimented on. Everybody has, you know.
But are those people clinically, do they get diagnosed with schizophrenia and stuff?
Maybe some of them, but not for the alien shit.
But how come they're able to, because I was thinking about it, and like, how come they're able to publicize themselves as saying that they've been probed and they went to aliens, but no one
bats an eye, right?
Yeah.
Same with people who say they see ghosts and everything like that. Why are my sister is able to say that they've seen ghosts and they're not hallucinating, but I say ghosts and I say I've seen a ghost and then all of a sudden I'm hallucinating. It's a double standard kind of shit and everything like that. From when you do have some kind of like a diagnosed psychotic disorder and everything like that, people automatically assume all the time, nope, that's it. It's just your head. You know, they don't actually take the time to think like, oh, this could be an actual thing, you know? So I think it's kind of one of the whole things about the aliens and shit, you know, like, okay, Joe Rogan could talk about aliens or whatever like that. Perfectly legit and everything, you know, yeah. Perfectly legit with him and everything, but I fucking talk about aliens. Nope.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it is. It's not cool. I don't like it.
I mean, to some sort of extent, like, because you do, it's just so weird. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just
It's weird. It's fine. That's okay, because I think it's fucking weird too. Why can't I fucking say I've fucking seen ghosts or some shit? You know?
But you do have mental breakdowns.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm sure we're gonna get into later in the episode. So
that'd be the only difference.
Yeah, the only difference is that I have mine clinically diagnosed and they don't. You know, they could very well have some kind of psychotic traits and everything. The psychosis and everything like that's not just present in, you know, schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder. It's you could have acute psychosis and everything like that, where it just spontaneously comes up from like things like stress or like an accident and stuff like that, brain damage, things like that can cause acute psychosis, where it's like a 2-week long period that, you know, a person experiences it and then they never do again. You know, but they'll still like, you know, it'll be in the back of your head. You're like, oh shit, that was psychosis there. It's scary. But yeah, you don't need to have schizophrenia to have psychosis sometimes. So that's a weird thought, isn't it?
Yeah. The brain's weird.
It is. Stress will do fucking weird shit to your head, you know? Yeah. So anyway.
Sorry, I just...
You need to get like an edible, just like you fucking eat it before coming on.
I'm sober.
That'd be sick. I know, but be sick though, dude. I want to do that for fucking like 420. Be fun. But getting into like the week and everything, it's been a long time since the podcast. It's been like a couple weeks now and everything. But big news is that we got our licenses. The whole shop and everything went down to Merced, got our licenses renewed and everything like that. And the apprentices got their licenses. And so we are professional and we have our bloodborne pathogens all fully trained, all fully licensed for body piercings, tattooing, etc. We are, you know, got them all done. They're good to go. But the whole licensing thing, I feel like is important because a lot of people go to their friends or whatever like that, or to like, you know, a friend of a friend who, you know, tattoos out of their house and everything. But it's not the same kind of quality and controlled environment as, you know, being in a shop does, where you have your license. But it's right there on the wall. You can have your license right there and everything, which I think is kind of weird because like people have actually been saying, hey, I didn't know that's your name. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry about that. You know, but licensing is important, and it's all kind of like monitored by like, oh shit, you need to have bloodborne pathogens class. You hit your head, but you need to have your bloodborne pathogens, which it teaches you basically things like cross contamination prevention, when to glove up, when to wash your hands, how to properly, you know, clean up blood, shit like that. Emergency kind of care, like, you know, strokes and shit like that. It's all you know, an optional kind of thing. What to do when you get stuck with like needles and shit. All of that is all covered in the whole like bloodborne pathogens class. And so it's like, I don't know, I've lost my train of thought. Yeah, license.
Yeah, your license. You guys got
Yeah.
your license?
Yeah, definitely. And so it's really cool. I'm happy about that. That was probably like the biggest thing I wanted to talk about was just, making sure that everybody knows that, we are professional and it's not just a friend of a friend who's tattooing out of your fucking house, or you're probably going to get like, I don't know, hepatitis or syphilis or something like that. Yeah. So y'all know the fucker out there, the fucking a tattoo gun who's going to do a black and white tattoo for you. Wait.
Huh? I'm zoning out. Sorry.
That's fine. I was trying to be funny with my whole fucking like tattoo gun, black and white, because that's not proper like tattooing, like that, not dialect, but like words to use and everything. It's a tattoo machine and black and gray tattoo. I just saw that earlier this week and I thought it was really funny. So
wait, you don't say tattoo gun?
no, it's not a gun. It's a machine. It's a tattoo machine.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's fine. It's just kind of like the way I guess it's like. Yeah, the way we talk about it at the shop and everything, like that's not tattoo gun, it's a tattoo machine. But other than that and everything, I had actually a really cool custom piece come in, and it was this like thigh piece. And this girl, she had seen that monster I had done like on the thigh, the one with all my chains and everything like that. She saw that one. She's like, "Hey, I really like that. Can you draw something up for me?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I can. Let's do it." And everything like that. So she sent me a couple ideas and everything like that, and. So I was like, okay, I'll just play off of it. And so I ended up drawing something up for her, sketching it up, and she came in and got it done. And it ended up really fucking cool because I love doing custom pieces for people, especially when they give me the creative freedom to do what I want with it. She just says like, okay, go ahead. This is the basic idea. Run with it. And I'm like, cool, watch me go, And I really want to do more of that just because it's like, it's exciting. It's exciting to see a piece that I drew for somebody specifically. That's going to be her piece. All of us, for that nobody else seemed to have that piece, at least that I'm going to give it to and everything. I'm not going to do the piece on nobody else, but that's her piece, and I want to encourage other people to come in and get that custom piece. For sure, Pinterest is great for, ideas, but like, do you really want the same infinity sign as somebody else? That like 50 other people have that same fucking infinity sign on the inside of their fucking finger? It's like, let me play around more, play more with it. You're going to get a better tattoo when your artist is into it, so... Yeah, I did that this week. There was one thing else. The rhino piercing is another one. And so the last one I want to talk about is I wanted to talk about what's called rhino piercing. And it's like first time I had to do it, right? And it's a surface piercing going through the very tip of the nose. Mm-hmm. And so what you do, like I ended up just freehanding it where you grab the tip of the nose like that and just shove the needle through. And I did a curved needle, so it was like that. But it's really cool because it's not a common one at all. And so those piercings that, it's like, oh, wow, that looks like it fucking hurt and everything. Those ones that, you don't do 50 times in a fucking week, Those ones are the ones that are cool. I mean, I can't say I've done any other ones of the rhino piercing yet, but it's one of the ones I definitely wanted to cross off my bucket list. And there's another one that's really, really cool. It's called a septal piercing, right? And so you have a gauged out septum. You have a septum piercing first. You let it heal up, and then you gauge out to like a 10 gauge, right? And so it's a fucking thick ass fucking piercing right here at the tip of your nose. And then you go through, you take that piercing out, and you pierce again through the bottom part of the nose right here, right? And so now you have two holes, one going this way and one going that way. And you got to put the jewelry through one and then out that way. So it's like an L shape. It goes through here and then out that way. Or that way, either one. But it's like, it's another really cool one that's not common because you need two piercings and one of them needs to be gauged out to like a larger size. Nobody really gauges out their septums like a 10. They're usually at most like a 14, so... But it's another one I really want to do. So if somebody wants to do it, I want to do it, But yeah, that's pretty much what my entire time has been. Other than that, it's been a lot of things like I did a couple toe tattoos. I did a rose on one. It was really cool. Other than that, things like neck tattoos. Neck tattoos have gotten a lot easier because the skin here is really soft. And so typically it's a hard area to work with. And so I've done a couple more of them recently, and they're getting more comfortable, so that's really good. Especially the chest area, too. It's gotten a lot easier. It's just kind of, I guess, learning how to work with it. Kind of like in drilling, the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. And so it's like, it's kind of hard, though, when that drilling is dependent on one particular person coming in and getting something done. I'm like, okay, cool, I guess. It's kind of like if you were only able to drill one particular person, and then you're like, well, shit, person X isn't here today. I guess I can't do that. So, and they don't show up for like fucking 3 weeks, and you're like, oh, okay, now I would try again, So that was basically my week. My phone?
Your knees.
My knees? Oh, yeah, I got my knees tattooed. Yeah, I thought it was my niece. And I'm like, what the fuck is she calling me for? But I got my knees tattooed. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Can you? Yeah, I could stand up on the chair. Yeah? Okay. I got my knees tattooed by our apprentice, Maria. And I got spider webs. I drew the spider webs out and everything, and I wanted to put more shading and everything in it because I thought it'd be really fucking cool. And I have one in black and gray, one in color, but it hurt like a bitch. It fucking hurt. It was easily like probably one of my worst tattoos, if not my worst tattoo as far as pain goes, especially on top of the kneecap because the rest of the knee was perfectly fine. Around here on the shin, around the inside of it and everything was perfectly fine. It was just on the actual fucking kneecap where the hearts are that sucked the most ass. And I'm like, she pulled the first line. I'm like, oh, fuck. It's like I knew it was going to hurt the rest of the time. And I'm like, okay. I had to take a minute in between the knees. I'm like, give me a minute here. I gotta catch my breath. And so that one was fun. So I recommend it because it looks really cool. I don't recommend it because it sucks and it's painful. So we're going to do another session on them because the knees lighten kind of like the elbows. So that's going to be fun. Eventually I do want to do my elbows, so it would be fun. So now that's my week. Now that's my week. My 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah. That's okay. It feels like one big week. So,
Yeah.
It does. Other than that, it's been mostly like gym shit too and everything. So I know we went to like CSA and Resistance. We went to both of those places.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. And so it's like not going to talk too much about my feelings on it. I thought Coach K was going to yell at me because I was crying. I'm like, oh no, here he comes. But he didn't yell at me. And so I feel really happy about that. I feel like it's beneficial both places for their own individual reasons. Like CSA, it's like, it's CSA. And so it's like, that's really cool and all and everything, but it feels so different to go there than it does Resistance. Resistance feels like, hey bro, what's up? And everything. And then CSA just like, sup? And it's like, oh shit. Sometimes you don't want the sup. You want the hey bro, It's just kind of like, oh shit, I'm gonna get my ass beat. Like fucking I walk into fucking CSA and she was like, hey, she's the one who fucking who beat Carly's ass, the blonde girl in Reno. I was like, oh fuck, I got scared. I was like, they're gonna beat my ass. I beat up one of their friends. So it didn't I don't know if that was I don't think that was it. I think I was just having a bad day that day. So I like to think at least about that way, and they weren't just being mean. So, but Resistance was really fun, and the park had a really kind of spinny thing that was really cool too. And I had a lot of fun on that, but I kind of wanted to throw up because it went really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
You played soccer.
yeah, I can't play soccer for shit. I just ran. I just ran back and forth. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's go. So that was really fun, and the gym most of the time and everything like that. It's been really cool. I had a couple bad days this week, which I actually wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about because like me putting the fucking iPad down. Sit up. I felt kind of squished right there. But I want to talk about it because like it kind of, the way my head worked this week is it reminded me that I'm not on medication, that I'm not as okay as I think I am. And that's okay. Because like there's a lot of times where I get kind of lost and I think that like, that I'm perfectly fine, that I don't have anything, that I can function like I want to function, but then I get days like, Thursday, Friday, or whatever like that, and it's like, oh shit, wait a minute, I'm not okay, and there's a reason why people have medication, because it's for those situations that you can't handle it anymore, and so it made me really sad. I'm like, oh, because no, I think very highly of my, I think I do very well communicating and participating in a functioning kind of society. I'm able to have a job. I'm able to have friends. I'm able to take care of myself. And so when it does happen that I can't, and I shut down, then it's like dejecting, because
sorry.
It's okay because like I have been on medication and I probably should be on medication, but I'm not. And I'm trying to do all of it without the medication. And so it's like, oh yeah, you're strong for that and you're doing good and everything. It doesn't feel like that. It really doesn't. It just feels like just barely hanging on,
How bad was your, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being like completely normal?
My normal?
10, like normal, like 1 being where you're able to stay in the moment, meaning you're able to know that you're here in reality. Mm-hmm. And then 10 being like you're out of this world, like you're not here anymore. On a scale of 1 to 10, where was it?
On the bad days this week, maybe like 7 or 8. I'm still here. I'm still here enough to know where I am. But just though it's happened only very rarely, maybe like 2 or 3 occasions out of my whole 13 years of having been diagnosed and everything like that. That fucking where it's like I'm gone. You know, it's very rarely, and I'm still able to be talked to and come back and everything. But it's scary when you know that you're going away. You see those little symptoms, you see these little behaviors and everything like that, and you're like, "Fuck, here it comes." You know, it's a little sense of dread where you're like, gonna try to get through the day the best that we can, but can't guarantee how well I'm gonna stay here. And then little things keep pushing at you and pushing at you. Little things like no sleep, like no little things that you should be able to do that just don't happen, and you're like, well, fuck. And now I'm gone. Now I'm gone, and now I need to come back, and I don't know how. So I don't like going away.
It's not that abnormal, though. It's not that abnormal.
But it's a matter of whether or not I'm able to control it, though. Because that's what upsets me, is I know that it's normal to have things like what I was feeling this week, like the emotions and all of the head shit. And I know that that's normal, at least for me. But what makes it difficult and everything, what made me upset was that I can normally control it enough, and then I have outbursts and everything like that, like at the gym and everything, that, I look back at when I'm backing my head and I'm like, shit, why the fuck did I do that? Or why did I say that? How come I didn't do blah, blah, blah? Or it wasn't even that bad. Why did I feel like that? But then I remember, oh yeah, because it's the way my head works, And so I feel like I shouldn't have had the outbursts that I've had this week. And I feel very bad about it and involving people in it. But it's that reminds me that I'm not all here, I can act like I'm here and I'm supposed to act like I'm here, but I'm not all here. You know what I mean?
No,
Dot.
I want you to talk about it. Like, I want you to talk about it, but I feel like you're a very open person.
Yeah.
So I feel like when you have a breakdown, you're open about it.
I can't help it. I can't be closed with it.
But most people, they do it behind closed doors.
Yeah, and I can't. And that's what makes it so that's bad for me, is I can't control it to where I can put it behind a closed door.
Is it bad, though?
For me, it is, because I could be put away.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I could be put away. Other people might have the same kind of breakdown in their privacy of their own home, but nobody's going to know. But if I do that out there like I did, then I'm at risk for being put away. If somebody wrong passes by and say, hey, what is she doing out here? That kind of thing, That's what's scary, because other people can call and be sent away. It's not just, people like my friends who see me experiencing things. It's somebody at Walmart saying, I think this girl's going to get violent, and then they call somebody from me.
But did you do it outside the gym? Did you have a breakdown outside the gym?
I don't remember.
Because the gym's your home.
I know it is. I know it's my home. Yeah. So I feel very comfortable there. And that's what I think, I think that it makes it easier. It's like the gym's not the only place I have breakdowns. I've had it at work a couple of times. I have it at home a lot. And so it's just kind of like, but nobody's going to know at home. I don't have to tell nobody. All I have to do is just not answer my phone. So.
Because I've had breakdowns. I've had bad breakdowns. And you're making me comfortable. Man, I'm fucking talking a lot today. Sorry.
That's okay. It's fine. It's good to communicate though, because
yeah. No, I like being married. Like it really highlights your mental health. So there'd be times where, dude, I go chaotic. I mean, I'm not saying I hit my wife. I'm not saying I verbally abuse her, but like tantrums, like loud tantrums, like we're just arguing back and forth and it's just loud tantrums. And it's obviously in my head, I know I'm wrong in the moment, but I'm just like, I'm gonna like cause chaos because I don't like being wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I get that. Yeah. I was like, if I'm going to be fucking wrong, I'm going to be loud and wrong. Fuck that.
But I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. It took a lot of patience and a lot of understanding in my own head. But I know where you, like, I've gotten to that point where it's like, I could see myself going off the edge, do you know? And
you see it coming and everything. You feel it coming, that you feel that, like, that impending sense of I'm going away. Yeah. And it's uncomfortable. It's scary, especially if you know that you can't control it. you know,
Yeah.
like somebody when they lose their temper and everything like that, that it feels kind of like that. And you just can't stop yourselves. They can't stop themselves from getting mad like that. You know, it feels like that, but with a connection of reality. It's like all of a sudden, where am I? Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. Don't nothing, you know, because it's just all of a sudden too much to process everything, and plus everything out here and then everything in here, and you're trying to process things and get through it. It's just a lot. I do call them temper tantrums though and everything. Like when I look back at it, I go like, why the fuck I had a temper tantrum at the gym today? Fuck that, you know, because it's just kind of I have no other way to describe it, you know.
Do you think regular meltdowns get messed with your schizophrenia meltdowns?
I think it's all connected because it's all in my head.
Yeah.
You know? So it's even besides the whole schizoaffective part and everything, part of that schizoaffective is the bipolar. And the bipolar is, I feel like, what's primarily responsible for the responses I have during the meltdowns, like you called them, you know? I feel like it's like that because that I can recognize very clearly, the bipolar part. Because things like the mania is not present in schizophrenia. It's present in schizoaffective, but not schizophrenia. And so that's how I know, okay, this is the bipolar acting up. And that's why I was on, you know, mood stabilizers when I got, you know, a medication. Because it's like you have that time of like, mania is not just happiness. Mania is not just happiness. It's irritability. It's fear. It's everything high, you know. Irritability, fear. It's joy, it's everything, you know, that's high up. It's just anything that's not down. You know what I mean? And so it's like when you have those moments and everything where it's like, does get overwhelming. It's not just, oh, yeah, I'm so fucking happy that blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I'm happy and I'm angry and I'm scared and I'm, you know, resentful. I'm fearful, all of it all at once, you know? And so that's what I feel like my one that I had this week, that was all the negative. That went down the opposite way. It was the negative talk. There was the negative talk that went to the head for that. So, because there's different ones. At least in my head, there is.
I haven't seen you I haven't seen you out of 10. I've seen you at.
You don't want to see me out of 10. I've only done it twice.
Yeah, but I've seen you at like 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like remember when we went to the tournament
In Madeira, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, what do you say that was?
That one I feel like I was more here, but I was more scared because my house got broken into that morning.
Oh, yeah.
So I was more present. I was just more scared. Yeah. And so I feel like, though, what happened this week, it was less of an emotion thing and more of a peer kind of thing, where it's like I was more gone this time around than I was back in Madeira, you know. So... But it's little things that help bring back, like touch and stuff like that, too. Like the gloves earlier, like that. They help, so. Yeah. Weird thing.
Touch is a weird thing.
It's good because it's the only thing I can fucking rely on.
But it's what babies rely on, too.
Yeah, because we don't know no better, you know. Babies don't know what's real and what's not either. You know, they're still learning. And so they fucking see like a little, like a yellow ball, and they could like, oh, food. And it's not actually a food. And so, you know, that's when they rely on the touch, or like why they put things in their mouth, too, because it's an oral type of touch, you know. It's like if you can touch something, you know it's real. Very, very seldom are there tactile hallucinations, and they're very limited, I think, as far as I'm aware. Is they're all things like, you know, feeling the bugs, like those ones. I hate the bugs, but that's a more common tactile hallucination, or things like bugs, people pulling your hair, stuff like that. Where it's like you don't actually have somebody pulling your hair, but you feel somebody there, you know. And so, or like the bugs, another one. I don't think I know any other ones besides that one for tactile hallucinations, but pins and needles, no.
But I was saying about the babies because, like, if babies don't get touched when they're younger, when like if they don't feel
messes with them, with you.
It's crazy.
It is, because it's like that's what people rely on. You know, we rely on that at a basic level. That's what we rely on, because we feel it everywhere. We have nerves all over our fucking body, on our feet, on our hands, on our faces. You know, you go outside, you feel the wind on you, and shit like that. You feel the sun, and something that if you have that taken away, like the sensory deprivation tanks, and you have that kind of situation going on, that's why people go fucking mad in there and everything in the fucking sensory deprivation, because you don't have anything to tether you down. Yeah. You know, so fuck that shit. I don't want to do that.
But it's crazy because like I'll have like a bad day or my wife's having a bad day. We're both mad at each other, and then we just hug each other, and it's like a sense of like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like a comfy blanket kind of thing. You're like, okay. It's because it is like a touch thing though. It also like releases endorphins and serotonin and shit like that. I know that's an actual thing. Yeah, it's chemicals inside of your head. That's all that, is up here. That's all the mental health, all the whole like psychology and everything. All it is chemicals in your head. And that's why it's balanced with medication and balanced with things like cognitive therapy because you're activating. Like Jaden was talking about with like the move, kind of the hand thing and everything. You're reconnecting shit up here. It's just like that. And so when you do have something to rely on like touch or whatever, or like weighted blankets with like autistic kids too and everything like that, that shit's really fucking helping because the tether isn't back down. When you have autism and stuff like that and you get sensory overload or you get like too much up here, that's why we do things like cover our ears or cover our mouths or our eyes or whatever like that, because it is too much and you're trying to take away that and you have the weight on here and everything. It's like, okay, now I feel safer, now I feel comfort, and so that's why they have things like that. It's hard for me to describe because I have not been diagnosed with autism or nothing like that. I'm just very interested in it. And so it's cool. That's not cool in the bad way. I'm saying it's cool because it's interesting, that it is a touch that brings people back, and you don't have that ability to bring yourself back. You have things like the weighted blankets and stuff to come back.
Like imagine like, it's just weird, right? Like you feel empty, like if you don't get touched in a while. That sounds weird.
I think, oh God, I could say I'm gonna joke there, but
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
if I haven't been touched, like so in marriage, like I mean, I'm not saying it's part of my marriage. We do pretty damn good for being married almost 8 years. I mean 8 years. But when you're not sleeping with each other or physical contact or anything, things get like weird. Like it's like, okay, like why it doesn't matter, like it's such a big deal. Physical attraction and physical touch and everything physical is such a big deal. If
you're
not
affection.
getting touched,
Physical affection is a very much some people's love language, especially, It depends. It's different for everybody. Some people like to be touched and people don't like to be touched, So, but people rely on it. And it's like, hey, you haven't given me a hug for a while. I'll fucking high five. What the fuck is that? And it's kind of like that's because that person needs something else, And so I feel like that needs communication in a relationship and everything, is like if you do need something, let them know because a lot of times we don't always fucking know. So
we're all squishy marshmallows.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It is. It's nuts.
But
it can do wonders for your mental health, though. Yeah. When you acknowledge that you do need something like physical touch and everything to be emotionally stable or emotionally comfortable with somebody, then you can start building on that shit. So I lost my thought halfway through that sentence, but I managed to come back.
Like my grandma, I haven't seen my grandma like a few almost a year actually.
Oh wow.
And she hugged me, then I hugged her, and it was like a sense of like, grandma.
Oh,
do you know
cute.
What I mean?
Yeah.
But what is that? Do you know what I mean? That's
comfort.
I know it's my grandma. I understand. Mm-hmm. I understand why I'm excited to hug her, why I feel that emotion. But what is that feeling? Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. It's your head making serotonin and shit,
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's true, though. It's kind of like, like how babies, you do things like that instinctively because it creates serotonin in their heads, too, It's instinctive and something that primates do. Primates.
Yeah, primates.
The T or a P?
T.
The T. It was something primates do. Not primate like the Pokemon, but I never got that right. The thing that they do instinctively, and you see in other animals too, like cats, for example, they do stuff like that too. It's really sweet.
Like even our dog's like the one wants attention and love, and will just get bit by the other dogs just to have attention.
Oh, Coco.
Yeah.
Oh, Coco, no.
You know what I mean?
Like, she's just a big baby. She just wants attention. ... I don't have anything fucking else to say about that.
You don't have to keep on talking about it. You can talk about something else.
As far as I can think about for the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got other shit or what?
What do you got, Isabel? The stuff that you sent me, or it should be on your phone, right?
Yes.
All right. So Isabel's not going to not talk in the microphone, but she's going to talk in the microphone. But it's I just find it so crazy because we don't understand. We could understand like the chemicals go through our body, all this stuff, but we don't understand whoever made us, what aliens came, what God came, whatever.
Like why?
Like, yeah, why?
Like why? What is the reason? Why is the reason that, that we feel this way because of that, And it's like, you could say it's chemicals. Well, why are those chemicals doing that? Why are they, why does my head make serotonin? Why does my head make too much serotonin? Why isn't it making enough serotonin? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Like, I even kissed my wife the other day. I was like, why are my squishy, fleshy little like why like
squishy, fleshy,
the little things
shit
on my face that are just like weird and why does that make me happy to kiss her on her squishy little hot dog lips? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's so weird.
It is weird. I don't fucking know. So, dude, it is weird.
Sorry, I haven't smoked in forever, and I'm just thinking like this.
That's fine. That's called having an open head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. No.
Dead time is about dead time.
Dead time. Go ahead and grab your iPad, Nashi.
Yeah.
I sent you.
Isabel on the mic. Isabel on the mic.
We didn't set up the Zoom thing.
Isabel on the mic. It's all right.
No.
Isabel on the mic.
Hi, guys.
Okay.
Isabel on the
got
mic. Isabel on the mic. Sorry.
So we like a song. Okay. Sent it on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. It's loading. Okay, got it.
I think his name's called William Burke.
Oh, it's cool.
And I sent Nashi a link, and then
Can I click it?
yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going there.
But
I fucking love that art style. Oh, shit.
That's dope. I've been into this art style too.
I love it. That's sick.
so I only found him because of Reddit. He posted on, I believe the subreddit is called Sorry John, and it's basically Garfield as a monster.
Oh.
Yeah. And then all of his other art styles very like, he has like a frog with like a pumpkin on it
Yeah.
on his Instagram page.
I'm on his website. Oh yeah,
With
that's
a pumpkin on
cute.
the frog.
I
So
like
he has
it.
realism, and then he has the very
The kind of more morbid type of art style. I love that one. That's cool. Wait, here, we should find it. You go back to his page. It was this one. That one. That's
skull?
cool.
I was just looking at that.
Yeah, that's sick. I love skulls, and so that's fucking sick to me. It's like he's pulling the skin off the face. He's bubbly around the eyes. It's like a little salt. Oh no. Yeah, I can't complain about that. That's sick. Is he holding his own head, or is it somebody holding his head? I don't know. Heartbreak. Oh, must be somebody else's. Oh no, it's his own head. That makes me sad. It's pretty though. I like it.
Like, what's your creative process, Nashi?
What do you mean?
Like when you're creating stuff like that, you get excited about all the skulls and stuff. Like, how do you start your drawing?
Depends on what I want to do. It depends if, I'm just drawing to draw, or if I have a particular goal in mind. Because I draw a lot for work. And so if I'm doing that, then I'm looking back at my references and trying to create something for somebody that I think that they'll like. But if I'm just drawing for myself, it's just what I'm feeling. So when I draw things like the Happy Dagger dude I'm working on, I'll go ahead. It's not done yet. But I'll send it to you guys and everything real quick. But
so like something like dark, like the artist that Isabel just showed.
yeah.
Do you have to get into a dark place to draw stuff like that?
I actually draw the shit when I'm happy. When I'm in a good mood, it's when I draw that shit. I get excited about
dark stuff?
Yeah, because I get excited about it. I get excited because I'm like, what can I do with this, I don't draw when I'm feeling down. I don't draw when I'm feeling dark and everything, I do if I have work, but, if I'm in a good spot, then yeah, totally I'm going to draw what the fuck I want. I'm going to draw morbid shit. I get to come up with these ideas because it gets my head going. And so it's like, if I am going to be drawing something kind of more morbid, I don't know if I have anything like morbid right here, but you see. I'll just pull it up real quick. If it will load. Okay. But like this dude I'm drawing and everything like that right here and everything, I don't think he's morbid, but he has his lips sewn open and shit like that, and he's fucking getting stabbed in the chest and everything. And so, but Yeah, I draw this kind of shit when I'm in a good mood because I also feel like I got a lot of art inspiration from like Jonan Vasquez from like Invader Zim. I feel like I got really inspired by that when I was a kid, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's really cool." But I love the whole like hatch marks, the lines and shit like that. Like if we go back to the dude and everything, go back to him real quick. But if I look back at his art style, there's a lot of influences there. I am attracted to, like the whole hatch marks in it, the ink, the black and gray. That's just really cool. And I don't need to be in a dark place to get there because it's not a dark feeling for me. It's something that's interesting. It's intriguing. I want to play with that texture, especially charcoal. I love playing with charcoal. But I don't have any charcoal right now, but I love smearing my hands on it and everything and being able to kind of play with the values on it and being able to use that with a bit of ink and shit and being able to mix mediums because you can do a lot of fucking just like lines. There is no gray here. This is only black and white. There is no gray. You create that shading from lines. And that's really cool. And so, I don't know, maybe this guy gets into a dark place when he's drawing. Maybe that's how he creates his thing, but everybody has a different artistic process. And so that's really fucking cool.
So, like, that right there,
Yeah.
like...
It's called intrusive thoughts. I could totally fucking see that. Fuck that. That's sick.
Like, when you... never mind. So, like, when you draw, like...
Yeah.
Your mental health stuff, like,
Yeah.
are you in a dark place when you draw that?
No, I'm usually venting. I'm usually trying to get something out. So it's like I'm not in a dark place because if I'm in a dark place, I'm not here enough to do shit. I'm not here. I can't do anything. And so when I am drawing things like my mental health pictures and comics and stuff like that, I'm here enough to be able to do something. And so I'm feeling positive. I'm trying to get it out. I'm trying to convey a story. I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to get it out of my system. That way I don't have it inside anymore. Like the paranoia one I drew and everything. That was it? Did I draw? It was the camera click one. It was that one. That one I was trying to get rid of the camera clicks, or because I was getting tired of the camera clicks, and so that's typically why. It's not, a place of like sadness or a place of self-hatred or anything. It's just kind of, it is higher up than that. Kind of like when people, it's just a really bad comparison, but when they say people about suicide watch and everything, when you're down, that's not the most dangerous part. It's when you're coming back up off of that down because now you have energy from, because what it is when you're down like that, all the way down the suicide watch kind of thing, it's like you don't have the energy to actually kill yourself. You don't have the energy there to harm yourself. You're just kind of just like, bleh. But what the dangerous part is when you start coming up off of that, because now all of a sudden you still have those thoughts and those feelings, but now you have energy. Now you can act on it, and that's when it's dangerous, before you come back up to neutral or, whatever. But it's that little point right there that's dangerous. So, yeah, kind of like that. So I don't draw down here. I draw when I'm here. So,
okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
And then that drawing that bring from here back to neutral.
Yeah.
So everybody's different. Some people, they do draw when they're in a really dark place to kind of that's how they get it out. For me, I can't do that. So, yeah. Fucking beautiful art style, though. I love it. It's gross. So, there's another artist, I can't remember the hell his name is, but he has work similar to that. I like the frog. He'd be a cute tattoo.
I'm like super into like dark art right now.
Yeah?
Like skulls, black and white. But like more black than anything.
Yeah, so it's more that kind of darker value kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't like that, but maybe more kind of like that.
Yes.
Yeah, this shit's cool.
100%.
Hell yeah.
There's this artist. His name's Angry Johnny.
Ooh, that's cool, yeah.
And he's
That's really cool. Is he? That's cool.
That's dope.
That's cool, yeah.
It's an eyeball, like he's holding an eyeball, right?
No, his
It's a
eyeball's
face?
floating away.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm having it here that way, hopefully, that they can see it on my iPad. You don't have to edit it in. Yeah? Cool. But the guy's name is Burke. I like his work. It's cool.
So I'm gonna send you Angry Johnny.
Oh, that's cool too.
But he's always been like a very inspiration to me.
Yeah? Angry Johnny.
But the stuff he draws, he does photography, and he also draws too.
Cool. I'm trying to find this drawing. Oh, okay.
But
Like that?
yes.
Yeah, that's sick.
Like that right there has like, I want that
Yeah?
like framed.
Yeah?
Do you see what I'm saying? Like I used to have a framed one in my room.
That's cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like artwork in the 90s, a trippy ass kind of artwork in the 90s and everything, like the skater art and everything. Like Sublime. It sounds like Sublime the way it looks. It sounds like Sublime. And that's kind of cool, I think. His other artwork. That is a fucking doll with a fucking nail in its head.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's kind of shit that. Yeah, that's kind of shit that's really fucking cool. If we can draw that.
Yeah. I like the freaky, weird shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay, never mind. I thought this one here was going to be a reference to Johnny the Homicide Maniac, but I remember that they actually had the characters separate from him. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find him for you guys. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's big into like devil shit.
I can see why. It's like, I find it funny at the shop and everything like that. Sometimes people just throw me like the devil shit and everything like that because he knows I'm in like it looks cool. So, but stuff like that's really gross.
I love that.
That's cool. See, I say gross, but I mean it with like an endearing way.
Yeah.
Stuff like that that's gross is kind of like, it's like, fuck yeah. It's like you could look at it and feel the texture. The texture's kind of like if you've been handling like, I don't know, like dirty money. You know, it feels like texture into the hands like that, like shit like that.
It's like a fart that smells good.
No.
Oh, okay.
I was like, it feels like, the way it looks, it feels like dirty money. You know what I mean? It feels kind of like that. That's cool though. Play with me. What's that?
I have no idea, but he takes some weird stuff.
Yeah.
But we don't have that much stuff to. We don't have the segments and we're just coming back. We're trying to get in the flow of things.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I'm down. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Trying to get back into it and everything because we were gone for like 3 weeks or so. Just kind of like, I guess, generally catch people up on where we were. You know, like, hey, yeah, by the way, still here kind of shit. And so, yeah. Okay, I was waiting for more pictures, for more art. Cat. I keep getting distracted. Okay.
Yeah. But where can people find you, Nash?
Oh, we're gonna end it now?
Oh, it's up to you. I just because we've
How long
like
have we been going?
there's about 50 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, yeah, we can kind of wrap it up and everything right now. It's kind of
Because we're like this right now. We're
getting back into it and
Yeah.
everything. Next week, I really want to talk about Fran Bow next week. I really do.
we'll have a whole segment.
Yeah.
We could drop a whole
There's a
segment.
bug here. Yeah. So we'll do that and everything, and then I'll draw a couple more things up. I'll finish that Happy Dagger picture I've been meaning to, but I just haven't yet. But yeah, if you can just like, I'm on Instagram, nasty.nashi, and I'm at Nasty Tattoos, and here in Los Banos, and that's about it. You know, I don't know what to say. I'm gone right now. I'm like, okay, bye, peace.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Peace out, guys.
Okay, yay.